Hey guys, and welcome to TaylahTalk. Today is a little story video about probably the worst thing, not the worst thing that's ever happened to me, but oh, it was bad. Okay, so this is basically story time of the worst date ever. Like, not just to me, but I could imagine to pretty much any girl ever. Okay, so I met this guy through mutual friends, but I kind of didn't really know him. He asked me out and I was like, okay, I guess. I just kind of broke up with my ex-boyfriend at the time and I was like, I just want to, you know, kind of get back out there, see what's out there, explore, I guess. And it just did not go well. Okay, I should begin the story. Okay, so he texts me and he's like, oh, I'll pick you up at 8 o'clock and I was come pick you up. I'm like, okay, here's my address. Like an hour passed, then another bit of time, and he goes, oh, I'll be there at 10. And I was like, okay. So it's now 10 p.m. and he texts me, he's like, oh, I'm out the front. And I like walk outside and his car, it's not even a car, it's not even like a real vehicle. Like, it's not like a traditional car or truck or anything. It's like a ute, and then they got the back end of a truck and like shoved it on. It was so weird. And I was like, okay. And I like hop in, I'm like, hi, how are you, blah blah blah. And he's like, whoa, you're bigger than I remember. And I was like, okay. Oh, no, was it like that? Or he said something like, whoa, you're a big girl or something like that. And I'm like, you've met me before, how did you forget or something? And I was like, oh, okay, whatever, and just kind of like went over my head because I was like, oh, I probably didn't realize what he was saying when he said it. And then, so we're in the car and he's like, I'm not going to tell you where we're going, it's going to be a surprise. And for a first date, that's kind of petrifying. I was like, okay, cool. Sitting there like, oh, he's probably just trying to be romantic even though it's not really working. So we're in the car and as we're driving up at 10 p.m. it was dark and I like know the area, so I'm like, I know we're towards where we're heading, but I'm like, I'm not really sure where we're gonna stop. And then he tells me in the car, like last year he went to Thailand and he got with a lady boy, and he's like, at the time I didn't know who she was or something like that, but he's like, I kind of just went with it anyway. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, not really first date material, but okay. But then he's like, oh, you know, I'd do it again, why not? You know, if I found the right girl. I was like, okay. Okay. And this is like where I'm like, okay, this date is gonna be really interesting. And then he's like telling me about all these other fetishes and stuff. And one of his fetishes is like about food. And he's like, yeah, just, you know, I like to put it in anything, food, and like do stuff to it. And I'm like, what kind of, what? Okay. Thinking he was joking, but he obviously wasn't because he kept going into detail and I'm just like, okay. I'm like, can I jump out of this car now? Oh my god. But this is only like the tip of the iceberg of what actually happens on this date. Okay, so after about an hour of driving, we pull up at like this beach place that I know the area, but I've never really been. I think I've been once or something, like during the day, and it's completely different at nighttime. There's like one street light in like the far end corner, and it's really scary because there's a couple other cars, but the area is known kind of for like things that are a bit weird to happen, like drug deals and stuff. And I was like, oh, romantic. Like, just put some candles up and it's just kind of like a not seedy area, but it's just not a nice area. It's the second he stops the car, he like from nowhere just like leans over to kiss me, and I was like, I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. Like in the split second, I'm just like, oh, just kiss him. And I kissed him back, and holy crap, like it felt like I was drowning and his tongue was trying to rescue me. Like I was like, like, help me. He was just like going full on, like he was like attacking my face, and I was just like I always laugh when people say, oh, he attacked my face, thinking like, oh, he was just like a bit fun with it or whatever. But this guy was like full on, like he had a vengeance or something, and it was just, it can like, I still like imagine it. And yeah, and then like pull back and I'm like, whoa, okay. And then he starts talking about, he's like, oh, I can't believe you're a virgin. Because at the time I was like 20 or, yeah, I think I was 20 years or like just 21 or something like that. And he's like, I can't believe you're still a virgin. And I was like, I just have like really good self-control. Like, trying to like be like, and he's like, oh, except when it comes to food, right? And I just like, if I had something in my hand, I just would have been like, I was like, are you for real? Like, is that something that's actually coming out of your mouth right now? Like, what? Like, I would never even say that to my worst enemy, let alone my date. Like, I was like, rude. I'm one of those people that like, I'll just try and get out of the date rather than be like, you're an asshole, and then move on. Like, I was just like, thanks. But being an asshole. After he said that, he's like, oh, let's just, you know, sit in the car and listen to music and just chill out. I'm like, so we drove an hour here to a beach to sit in the car. Okay. And then I was like, at this point I was like, I just want to get like off this ship. I just want to get out. And so I just started thinking like, okay, what can I do to get myself out of this? Because I'm an hour from home, and I'm like, maybe if I fake sick, he'll like feel bad for me and then be like, oh, well, let's take her home and try again another day. And so I'm like, oh, maybe if I fake like a stomach bug or something, he'll take me home. And so I started being like, oh, I don't feel okay, something feels off. And then like 5 minutes later, being like, oh, this really hurts. I think my cramps are playing up. Just trying to like really set in stone that like, I'm not doing anything with you ever, like get me home. And he was like, oh, don't worry about it. He's like, it'll pass. And then I was like, no, I think I feel like I'm gonna be sick. And he's like, oh, did you have a big meal before you came here? I was like, I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, I just want to jump ship. I was like, no. I'm like, to make it really awkward, I was like, I have my period, which I didn't, but I just wanted to make it awkward enough and be like, oh, and then take me home. And then he was like, oh, that's okay, I don't mind having sex when girls are on their periods. And I was like, you think you're getting anything out of this? You are absolutely 1000% wrong. Like, I was like, okay, fuck. I'm like, just take me home. I was like, oh, maybe if we just start heading down the coast, like the fresh air might make me feel better. I was like, if we just start getting that little bit close to home, I can like jump ship and like get in a cab or something. But oh my god. And then he was like, okay. And then he like pulled out and started driving down. And he's like, oh, I'm thirsty, I'm gonna get you a drink. So he like pulls over the side of the road, like next to a 7-Eleven, and like goes in and gets himself a drink. And while he's in there, I'm like texting my friend going, what do I do? How do I get out of this situation? And he's just like, he's like, Taylor, what are you doing? Just run, just get out and run. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Like, I don't know where to go. I didn't really bring any money because I kind of had the impression like, you know, he was going to pay for a date because he kind of gave the impression like we're going on something really nice, and I was all dressed up and all that stuff, and I didn't really have any cash on me, which is, I've learned from this date, trust me, I've learned from this date. And he's like, well, just do what you can. If you get close to home, just kind of like jump. I was like, oh, trust me, I want to. And he came back, he brought himself a drink and didn't even offer to buy me one, didn't offer me any of his, just drank his whole drink. And I was like, okay. But I'm like, at this point, I'm like, nothing can surprise me anymore. And we started driving down the coast, and he's like, asked me those questions about fitness and if I ever thought about joining a gym. And I was like, oh yeah. He goes, you know, I'd date you if you lost a little bit more weight. And I was like, you are nothing special, dude. You are nothing special. He was like this like 5 foot, not that he's height matters, but you know, he wasn't anything special. His appearance has really nothing to do with this story. It's more about what he did. And he was just a mess. We're like heading down the highway and we're starting getting closer to home, and he's like, I have a surprise for you. I want to show you something really cool. And I was like, this close to going home. And I was like, no, I don't feel well. I really feel like we should reschedule this. I don't feel okay. And he goes, please, just one more, and then one more surprise, and I'll take you home. And at this point, it was like 1 o'clock, and I'm just like, I want to go home. And then he takes me like through this like side street, and then we end up on this dirt road, and I'm like, this is where I die. I was like, not only is he an asshole, he's gonna kill me. Like, this is where this is going. It's the end of the dirt road, and I'm thinking, I'm just gonna open it and run. And then I realized where we were, and we're at like a lookout kind of thing that's like secluded. And we get out, and he like grabs my hand, and I'm like, and we start walking through like this, like the bushes were like up here, and I'm like, there's probably snakes and spiders and other random sea life, because we're near the beach, and I'm just like, and I'm just like, oh, I just want to go home. And then we get to like the lookout, and he full on like starts grabbing me and like trying to kiss me, and I'm like, this is too much for a first date. Like, I just want to go home, I'm not feeling okay. And he's like, no, you're having a good time. You're having a good. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm having an awful time. Please just take me home. And he's just like, oh, come on, just sit down and talk to me. And I was like, and so we sat down, and he just kept asking me the most weirdest questions. And he must have thought like I was some kind of slut or something. Like, I'm like, but it's established that at the time I was a virgin, but it wasn't like, he just thought I was like some whore that was gonna sleep with him at this lookout. Like, no. And I'm like, never. That's not me. That's not what I'm like. That's not what I want. I'm like, ugh, I was like, I just want to go home. And then after that, he started walking back towards the car, and he's like, I reckon you could be the best girlfriend I ever had. I was like, at this point, I was like, yeah. Like, I'm literally just saying anything possible for us to get in that car and go the F home. I'm like, my eyes set on the prize. I just want to go home. And I like get in the car, and I'm like, we're going to my house now, right? And he's like, oh, are you gonna invite me in? And I was like, oh, sure, just to get us to the freaking house. And when we get to the house, I just look at him and I go, this has been the worst date of my entire life. I never want to talk to you again. I slammed the door, and I ran the fucking inside and locked the door. And I spent like the whole night just going, I solemnly swear to never ever date anyone unless I really know them ever again. And I haven't. Like, after that, I'm like, I need to know this person before I just go out with them, because God knows what they're like. And oh my God, just horrible. And then like a couple of days later, he's like texting me, he's like, oh, hi, how are you? Did you enjoy the date? Da, da, da. And I was like, I told you to your face that I did not have a good time. It was so awful. And then he like kept texting me. It took about a month to fully get rid of him. Like, just to be like, I'm not interested. Like, go away from me. I never want to see you again. Like, oh. And I'm not friends with the mutual friends that we knew each other with anymore. For a good reason. Because if that's what they're like, if that's what the people they bring into their life are like, I don't want part of that. But yeah, that's basically the end of the story. If you have any horror date stories, please comment them down below. And until next time, I'll talk with you later. Bye.